with all that's with the content that's in the book, and unfortunately I'm not as familiar, but with all that's within the book, how did you actually like scale it down to what it is the shots that you chose? Like what was the process going into like to make the short and develop the short and choose the content?
Like we had the feature script done. You know, Jeff and I were shopping that around for years. I mean, like probably 3 or 4 years throughout Hollywood, and some interest here and there, but never much serious. Kind of like, oh, we're gonna do cheap horror at Sci-Fi. We're like, that's not gonna work on TV. We're like, oh, we can do it here, but it's got to be PG-13. Like, that's not gonna work either.
And real quick, when you say Jeff, you're referring to Jeff Skinner?
Yeah, oh, sorry, yes, Jeff Skinner, yes.
All right.
So then basically it came down to and Jeff was thinking maybe we can tone it down, at least in the script itself, and make the script kind of read R-rated. And then, which makes sense in theory too, but because like if you are some Hollywood exec and you read the script, you might be like, holy shit, this thing can't be filmed the way it is. But I was thinking the opposite, thinking we write it super detailed and hardcore, and you can always film it kind of the way we did, where it's suggestive a bit. I mean, it's still pretty blatant, and I still couldn't figure out if our short would get like an R rating or not. But
well, I mean, to that point, you did cut away from some of the scenes that would be more brutal, like
right.
When he ties her hair to the bumper. I mean, right. You could have shown that, but you didn't. And what you did show in the rape scenes, while intense, wasn't terribly graphic. I mean,
what implied, what made it worse was that you didn't show it, but you made sure that intention of what it is that the next action was going to be is completely known, which I think that's a very viable way of showing things, because it makes the person imagine it themselves, which I think is far more fucked up than actually here it is on the table, watch it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah,
exactly.
You see it. Especially certain scenes, you see it played out. You're like, all right, either lose interest, or it looks fake, or you can't. You're like, I know that's not real, so you kind of get taken out. But
yeah.
So then back to your question. So basically, we thought, okay, we're gonna just do like a half hour or so short, and try and do as much as we can from the book, but not too much. Like as much as we can do to afford it.
Yeah.
And as we thought, okay, we have to introduce the two girls, obviously. Have to introduce Father Tom, Dickie and Balls, and the Bighead. And so we're like, okay, we need a Bighead kill, a Dickie and Balls kill, and then some scene with the girls to kind of tie it all together.
Mm-hmm. And that was kind of the bar scene really helps establish character and set the tone for the background.
Yeah.
Can you tell us about what went into casting Raquel Cantu for that lead?
Do you actually know the story or not?
Well, we do know the story, but I would like everyone else to know the story.
Well, basically we had, like back when we were raising money via Kickstarter for the short. Through Jeff Skinner, we had a connection of a infamous, semi-known porn star, or I guess now ex-porn star. If you know Charlie Sheen, this is one of his goddesses.
And their kids is just enough information.
Yeah, exactly. So, and she was on board. She was excited about it, but she didn't fully commit until right when the Kickstarter campaign ended. So we couldn't get her to tweet to her. She's got like 20,000 or something followers on Twitter. So we're thinking if we just get her to say, hey, you guys, there's this Kickstarter thing going on. There's like some of the like the prizes, whatever the rewards are, like dinner with the cast, set visits. So it's like you can come and meet this porn star along with us yahoos. So we're thinking she'll have some fans that'll be like into it.
Out of 20,000 people, you have to assume.
She didn't tweet at all about it. She was kind of hard to read because she kind of works like a day job where she was doing some other stuff, not the porn stuff either too. But
I was gonna say, works a day job, huh?
Yes.
All right.
So finally, the week before shooting, I finally talked to her via Skype, and kind of read with her, and she was great. I was like, holy shit, she's really good. She knew the part. She acted well. She was sexy. She was fun. I'm like, this is gonna be great. So for the bar scene, we had 2 days at this bar in Sylmar, down in L.A. area, and we had to be out by like 5 o'clock on day 2. So we had a limited time. So day 1 comes, early call. The ADs called the whole cast the night before to confirm, all good. Call comes, she's not there. Try and call her, nothing. We have to send a PA out to her house. So we're in Sylmar again, so we have to send a PA like an hour drive across town to her house and be like, knock on the door, hey, are you coming out? She's like, oh, I'm sick. And to her defense, she tweeted, or she texted with Jeff at like 5 a.m. saying, hey, I'm sick, I can't make it, it sucks, I'm sorry. But by our bad luck or / good luck, Jeff's phone died the night before. So he didn't know. We couldn't get a hold of Jeff. We couldn't get a hold of her. We're like, okay, we need a cute blonde to play this part. And luckily, our scriptie was Raquel. And she's like, hey, I can act. I'm like, really? She's like, oh, I've done like 5 movies. I'm like, holy shit, what? So we were in hair and makeup. Sent the guys some like sexy clothes. And then, within 2 hours of her like rehearsing, she was up and running and she nailed it. She was great. I mean, she saved her ass, because without her, we'd have been done.
Right.
We'd have had to shut down. We'd have had to try and get back. We made a whole crew for free. 50 people in a crew, all working for free. So to get that again, it would have been next to impossible.
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, she basically saved the short, and she was great. I mean, she was up for Best Actress in, I think, Chicago Horror Film Festival.
No,
nice.
she.
So yeah,
my hometown.
She's a huge. We're huge fans of her, I should say. We just recently checked her out in this movie Home Sweet Home.
Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah, I saw it after the fact. I'm like, you are acting. Yeah, she's great. Yeah, she like produced that. She was in it.
She's got range too, which is fantastic. But let's just say that it was a unfortunate circumstance that landed her in the flick, because honestly, it really tied the movie together. It kept like a backbone to sort of the auxiliary storyline, and provided a vehicle for the bartender, the reverend, everyone else to sort of bounce off of. And it was evident, like, in their performances that the rest of the actors were sort of, I don't know if there was on-set chemistry or if it was just their talent, but the way they came across, I mean, it felt like I was watching a scene with a couple of chicks looking for some fun in a bar, and a bizarre situation resulted because of it. And yeah, it was just
chilling out normally.
The performances, the writing, the directing, everything about the Bighead has been so successful for us that it's left us wanting nothing but more.
Yeah, we're looking for
trust me,
continuation.
We feel the same way. I mean, we just our crew is amazing. Everyone just came and worked for free, and they kicked ass. And we got all that stuff done in 3.5 days, basically.
3.5 days?
That's one hell of a kudos to you.
Two main locations, but I mean, like, we had this area, I can't remember where it was. It was kind of area outside of LA where we had like the pond for Wendy's demise, and we had the kind of back in the trees like for Dickie and Balls, off to the side for Don the John to get his little time with.
Where did you film? You said Downey earlier, right?
Sylmar.
Or Sylmar.
Sylmar, yeah. Yeah, it was the bars in Sylmar. The kind of whatever outdoorsy space was. Jeff knows that, but I can't remember where it was. But actually, Jeff found it through a guy.
Yep.
Well, but it was all LA local.
Yeah, LA. Yeah, basically.
I totally felt like I was in like a bayou or something.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
It really sells the down south kind of down home atmosphere really well.
Yeah.
Thanks. Yeah, that's what we thought, and yeah, I mean, like I said, the cast was great, the crew was great. I mean, and everyone got along. It's like one of those things. I mean, granted, we were just happy because we're making. I was just like, we're making the bacon. This is, even people like, we're all dicks.
We're making movies, which is a beautiful thing.
Yeah, exactly. That's where I moved to LA back in the day, was to make movies. It wasn't just to sit around and drink bourbon and stuff. So yeah. A little both, but still.
Well,
you know what?
I was gonna say, you can do both.
I gotta say, cheers on that.
I need a refill here
Come on, man.
soon, so yeah, I think I'm about done.
All right, so on that note, we want to know what's next. I mean, I'm sure anyone who's read our review, seen this interview, seen anything about the Bighead's going to want to see it. And after they see it, they're going to want to see the whole movie. So, what's the situation, man?
In terms of the short, the screening in LA, even with the crazy people and stuff bitching about it and freaking out, the folks behind that festival are like, hey, this is great. We want to buy this, get it out to people. They have a deal with, I think, with Amazon streaming or something like that. And they want to put it out. And it's been a few months of kind of like, okay, let's do it. People keep asking for this, I get emails probably not daily, but almost daily of people saying, okay, hey, I just heard about this. I'm a huge fan of Ed Lee. I want to see, how can I see it? I'm also like, so we're waiting to hear back from these people about what to do with getting this out there, either digitally or on DVD or something.
Right.
So hopefully within the next month we'll have news on that.
Did you keep us posted, and we'll let everybody know? Because
yeah, of course, definitely. It'll be all over our Facebook page. It's updated pretty often, at least once a week with something. Either contests, there's contests to actually win the DVD. There's all of our festival news and stuff on there too. I mean, we're playing Texas Frightmare in a couple of weeks. So people in Texas can see it there at least.
Nice.
Okay, good.
Yeah. In terms of the feature, someone else, I probably can't say.
Don't release anything unless.
Not a big name, but I mean, someone else wants to make the feature.
Really?
They love the short. They screen the short. They've got a company going now that's making independent horror movies. They're making one now that I think is still unannounced, but it's in the works at least, with some pretty famous people. And they want to do ours next.
Nice.
So that's
what we wanted to hear.
Yes.
That's what we wanted to hear. That's what we wanted to hear.
It's one of those Hollywood things. It's not Hollywood, but it's one of those things where it's like you don't quite believe it till you know it's going to happen. I mean, like until we're on set that first day filming, I'll be like, holy shit, it's going.
Once the check clears, then I believe you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah. It won't be much in the way of checks either, unfortunately. But yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the big point is it's not counting your chickens before they hatch and what have you. But
right. No, exactly. That's the thing too. I mean, they're very excited about it. We're excited to actually work with them. It'd be great. We've been talking casting a while, and there's some cool casting ideas we have in the works. There's talk of bringing a lot of folks back from the short as well.
Please.
So I mean, yeah, it's fingers crossed. What is it now? April. We know something by the summer. We can make some kind of big announcement.
That's what we need.
Good to hear.
So we'll keep our fingers crossed. We'll keep this blog updated. We'll make sure that everyone knows as soon as we know anything about the Bighead. Once again, Michael, thanks for talking with us, man. Do you have anything closing comments? You have any closing comments you'd like to?
No, just thanks you guys for your support and stuff. I mean, it's great to talk to you guys on one hand. It's even better to have you guys praise this movie so much. I can't hear that enough. Trust me, it's always good to hear.
We are not going to stop talking praise for this film. Did I say film? I said film. It's cool. It's not like I've been drinking or anything. God, fucking flims.
Wow. It was so crazy, almost fake. But no, thanks to the fan. I mean, our fans are amazing. We got 1,000 fans on Facebook. They're just are all about this stuff. And we did some charity auctions a while back, and they raised money for this charity and stuff. They bought posters. I mean, they're just it's so cool to actually have people that love it, Ed Lee stuff, and in turn actually like our stuff too and support us. I mean, it's all thanks to them, and hopefully, fingers crossed next year, so we can get this feature out and see if those fans can tell more fans, and this thing can spread and.
All it takes is one people telling 10, and we're gonna be telling thousands.
I appreciate that so much, you guys. It's awesome.
All right, sir. Well, we'll connect back with you as soon as there's some more news. Until then, thank you again for joining us.
We appreciate it.
Thanks so much, you guys. Have a good night.
All right.
You too.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Mm-hmm.